Hi, it's April 1st. Maybe when you look at this slide, you will think that we are talking about April Fools and what kind of day the trading day has been. Hope it was a joke, but it seems like it isn't. So let's go right into what's going on with the stocks we chose, not with the entire market. By the way, a lot of people have asked me what's the difference between this and an index fund. Index fund is like, see how this says index? That's an index fund, meaning it's tied into other funds along with it, but it's under this name. And some people are looking for companies to do straight index funds, and they'll say they're different from exchange traded funds, but they're not. They are in that they trade under like more stocks, and they're similar to mutual funds, but they still are tied to either Standard & Poor's, NASDQ, or some other market. So if you had a bad day like this one, it kind of doesn't matter which index you were in, unless you're one of the few of those stocks that did not do so badly and had like a slow month. This 3-cent, 9% drop caused a daily loss of $1.56, but you still had this 69%. If you remember from yesterday, this was 69.99. I know yesterday was Easter, but we went ahead and went over what Thursday was. It's also Ramadan for some people. It was also Passover for some people. So let me be politically correct there. Okay, so yesterday it was, as of that would have been 3/28, it was 69.99. So it's just like a 1% drop, not that bad. But what happens is once we see red, people like me go, oh God, oh no. And we want to like start thinking about how we're going to move this 52. Now, might go back up, so we haven't done anything too drastic yet. Here's another thing. This has gone down 13 whole dollars. And the problem with that $13 drop is what goes on over here. We've gone from like 3,914 down to 3,529, and over a period of time, if this price keeps dropping, this is going to eat into whatever profit or capital gain we had. So we really have to, and I'm going to go ahead and round this for now, we really have to look at, do we want to take these kind of losses? And the answer may be no, we don't. But it's too late to see, so like when we start doing our subtraction, doing our math, we're really losing. But we're not losing so much that the shirt is off our back. It's just that it almost is. And I mean, that's a lot of money. And imagine if you had more stocks. Imagine if you did have 140 stocks. So you want to look at what you're spreading over a period of time, and $385 loss is not so bad, not now. But here's what we want to look at right now. This price, this drop. Do we want this price to drop that badly? Highest was $252.25 today. Lowest was 251 cents and 80 cents. And here's what it closed. It closed at $252.11. Hello. And still drop that much from what we bought it from? We're going to have to look at this. Okay, this is just what we went over, closing times. And I put this in the video before. I wanted to reiterate something here, that if you sold some stocks, again, from an index or from a stock fund, you could have, this is your commission fee of 2 cents. That's how much you're paying. And this is what your profit is. And they call this a gain. Okay? Because there's no loss. If it was a loss, you would have negative here. Okay, they also sometimes do brackets. Like they'll put like, let's just say it's $31. They'll go $31, and they'll put the decimals and the dollar signs, and then you will have lost you'll have a $31 loss. But that's not what's happening here. Okay, you gained $213.91 from selling 6 Bitwise. Okay, and that was back on March 18th. Okay, now on the same day you bought 2, there was no commission, but that's for this particular stock. That's not for all stocks. And it cost you $238. And this is what got taken out of your funds, because what we did was we kind of exchanged from another fund. So that's why that's negative. This is where we were at 328. Close. You had no percentage. You didn't have a drop. And stock was at 265. And now you saw on the other page it's gone down to $250. So this is rough. It's going to be a rough month. So we'll reiterate one more time what's really going on here. Okay, so anyway, when we look at really what's going on, what happened, remember I said there was a drop? Okay, we can ignore this slide for now. Okay, but this is where it was at 328. It was at 0 loss, and just look, when it goes to 252.11, that's kind of smeared and you can't see it, $252.11, you start losing. You don't have $3,711.68 anymore. You have more like $3,529 now. So we have to really watch what we're doing with this stock. Anyway, that's the best. Any questions, we're jacobslearning@gmail.com.